Now, though, it's time for tin-top action in the Renault Clio Cup. This is a series being dominated so far by Lee Brooks, but in car number 2, this is David Shaw, currently second in the standings and second on the grid. So, guess who's in pole position? Yes, you're right, Lee Brooks. Commentary from Keith Hewan.
The Brands Hatch track doesn't come much wetter, so no tyre choice problems today. Brooks on pole, Shaw is second, but nearly a second slower in qualifying is Dave Cox, Glenn Board and Julian Pilling. Guy Povey is 6th and Charlie Postin 7th. So a great race in prospect. The green light goes on and away. Just look at that already. It is Shaw who gets away quickest from Lee Brooks. So Shaw, very, very quick indeed away there, beating the pole man to Paddock Hill Bend. Third place, Dave Cox. Then right behind him, 17 is Glenn Board. Guy Povey's in there too, so's Adrian Cottrell. Down in the dip, out of Paddock Bend. Everything's so... Oh, I was about to say everything's safe so far, and someone in the background completely out of shape. And it is so greasy here at Brands Hatch. Up into Druids Hill Bend. Dropping down out of Druids into Graham Hill Bend now. And a little bit of a nudge there coming from number 4, Adrian Cottrell. Oh, dear me, this turn very slippery indeed. The car's understeering like mad down the hill. We wait to see if anybody gets out of shape, and sure enough, right in the middle of the lower leaderboard is someone sideways on. Up the inside, number 4, Adrian Cottrell goes over Guy Povey. That is car 6 is Guy Povey, 4 is Adrian Cottrell. But up the inside of them look to me like Jim Edwards. So Jim Edwards Jr., here he is, he's got our camera. Number 19, Jim Edwards, he's underneath Guy Povey and Adrian Cottrell. Out onto Pilgrim's Drop. And then after the dip, it's up Hawthorne Hill to Hawthorne Bend, this fast right-hander. You can hear him on and off the throttle, searching for the grip on the track. Along the short Derek Minter straight and into Westfield Bend now. This is the right-hander. And that is what it looks like. Povey is 6, 4 is Cottrell. 33 there, coming through is Mark Cole. But leading still is Dave Shaw from Lee Brooks. Dave Cox still in second place. That's Sasha Pearl, the young lady there in car 24. They stream through Dingle Dell, through Stirling's Bend now, and down the short straight into Clearways and Clark Curve. And still it is. Oh, no, it's not. So comes through Lee Brooks on Dave Shaw. I was about to say, Dave Shaw's got it covered at Clearways, but no, he hasn't. Lee Brooks then, the pole man, hits the front at the end of lap 1. A brilliant manoeuvre from him, searching for grip and found it. Cox is still 3rd. Then it's Board in 4th place. This is Jim Edwards looking at Board. Glenn Board is in front of him. Paddock Hill Bend, one of the trickiest corners anywhere, and sideways goes Glenn Board, absolutely unbelievable, and holds onto it, and Jimmy Edwards not able to take advantage, or is he? Edwards up the inside, no, Glenn Board shuts the door. Well, this is going to end in tears, almost certainly. Glenn Board absolutely out of shape going out of Paddock Hill Bend. Unbelievable pictures there from Jimmy Edwards. This is Jim Edwards, we're on board with him, that's car 19. And there is Glenn Board, car 17. 19 is our on-board man, Jim Edwards. Almost side by side as they go along the Cooper Straight now, up towards Surtees Corner. Glenn Board is 17, he still holds it. He's in 4th place. 5th place is 19, Jim Edwards. Then it's number 4, Adrian Cottrell in 6th place. Cottrell looking for a way past Edwards. Up onto Pilgrim's Drop. Under the bridge. Those your first 3 going through there. That's Lee Brooks from Dave Shaw from Dave Cox. Then it's 19. No, it's not. Then it's 17. That's Board. 19 is Edwards in 5th place. 6th is still Adrian Cottrell. We're back on board with Jimmy Edwards. Oh, dear me. Edwards gives him a nudge. So Glenn Board, I'm sure, got a nudge then. So did Edwards touch him or not? Whatever it was another brilliant save there from number 17, Glenn Board. Incredible stuff. Glenn Board qualified in 4th place, and he's finding it extremely hard. Snuck through now is number 4, Adrian Cottrell. He's got in front of Jimmy Edwards. That's Cottrell we can see in front. Coming back up in the car as they come to Stirling's left-hander. Now it's a short straight, down towards Clearways, onto the Indy track, over the ruts and where the water holds on the track. And up the outside comes Jimmy Edwards on number 4. No, he doesn't. So Edwards has to do best with that. 4 there is Adrian Cottrell, driving a very good defensive race, but up the inside goes Edwards now, onto the main start and finish straight. Edwards is on the inside. In front of them is the blue car, number 17, that's Glenn Board. Side by side, is Edwards going to get one over number 4, Adrian Cottrell? That's the question. And the answer is yes. Paddock Bend, and again Glenn Board as far out of shape safe as you can possibly get it. Jimmy Edwards, likewise, out of shape, but doesn't manage to gain a place. Well, Glenn Board, what is he on? Still, number 4, Cottrell, behind him. Edwards looking up the inside at Druids. Remember, this is the battle for 4th, 5th and 6th. Sideways again goes Adrian Cottrell. 4th place is held by the blue car in front of this man, Jim Edwards. Glenn Board is the blue car. You can see through the windscreen of Jimmy Edwards' car there along the Cooper Straight. 4th place is 17 Board. Still behind him is 19 Jim Edwards, and this man 4, Adrian Cottrell. Up out of Surtees onto the Grand Prix track now. Down Pilgrim's Drop. 1 and 2 have gone through. That is still Lee Brooks from Dave Shaw, and Dave Cox has gone through as well. That's your top 3. Then it's this battle. Glenn Board, car 17, still holds on to it. 4th place for him. 19 is Jimmy Edwards in 5th place for him, and battling well. And in 6th place is Adrian Cottrell in car number 4. Still Board holds 4th place, but for how long? I've never seen a man so far out of shape and stay on the track in my life before. But still he sticks with it. Which is more than consent for his tyres to the track. Dingledell. They lead through Dingledell onto Stirling's Bend now, little left-hander. Still it's Board in 4th place from number 19, Jimmy Edwards, our cameraman, remember, and Jimmy Edwards gets a good run at him. Down towards Clearways now they head. Is Edwards going to be able to make a passing manoeuvre? He's not really close enough. Wait for the brake lights to come on from Board's car in front. Edwards gets closer and closer. But no, Glenn Board has it covered just about. The man behind them is Adrian Cottrell. He can only watch at the moment. Remember, your race leader is still Lee Brooks from Dave Shaw in 2nd place. Dave Cox is 3rd. They are a long way in front of this battle for 4th place. Up towards Paddock Hill Bend now. Edwards looking for a way around the outside, cuts it on the inside, sideways on, and uses Glenn Board as a bit of a barrier. Brilliant stuff there from our cameraman Edwards, and I don't know whether he's got any advantage. No, he hasn't. Glenn Board hangs on to it. Well, Glenn Board is a man, really, that should have been a goalkeeper. Oh, and off goes Adrian Cottrell and joins number 16, Tony Slade, in the dirt. But finding some grip in the sand, Adrian Cottrell gets back on track. Well, that leads... Oh, and another man off there, 23, Charlie Postins. Well, he was the 7th qualifier. And surely he's not going to stay there. Still is the battle for 4th place. And off goes Jimmy Edwards Jr. Edwards Jr. coming into Surtees. Loses the grip at last. Well, he found out why Glenn Board looked so funny, shape-wise. It is slippery at Brands Hatch. And Jimmy Edwards there, now being passed by number 4, Adrian Cottrell. So Edwards drops, believe it or not, just 1 place after taking to the dirt. And they are now heading up Hawthorne Hill to Hawthorne Bend. 4 is Adrian Cottrell. He's now in 5th place. But at the front, it is the battle between 3, Lee Brooks, and 2, David Shaw. Lee Brooks leads. He was the pole man. And getting a shove there from David Shaw. They're out of Stirling's down towards Clearways, and Glenn Board has got in front of Dave Cox for 3rd place. So Glenn Board, driving brilliantly, has got in front of Dave Cox. Well, what a recovery from Board. But it's going to be number 3, Lee Brooks, who's going to take this race win from number 2, Dave Shaw, who's just put up the fastest lap, I can tell you. He is the fastest man on this very wet Brands Hatch course. But it's Lee Brooks who wins then, from Dave Shaw in 2nd place. And 3rd, well, that's going to be Glenn Board from Dave Cox.